This is ABRSM Grade 3 Theory, question 3.7. Tick one box for each named scale to show which scale is correctly written. So you have three scales of supposedly A major ascending, and you have to find out which one is correctly written. So the first thing I would do is to remind yourself of the sharps that you're going to find in A major, which is going to be 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp. Now I know that because it's the third violin string from the bottom, so G major has 1 sharp, D major has 2 sharps, A major has 3 sharps, E major has 4 sharps. I could also look at the circle of fifths that I have written down at the beginning of the exam. So there are multiple different ways of finding out how many sharps A major has. So the first thing I will do is, because you won't be able to write on the example, you won't be able to do this, for example, because it's all on the screen. So everything you're going to be doing, all your working out is going to be on paper. So this is definitely the best way that I've found to make sure that you can get the right answer. So you're going to write the degrees of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is on your spare paper that you're allowed for the online exam. And then you're going to write the degrees of the scale using letter names. So we're going to start on A, B, C, D, E, F, G and A again. Now we're going to add our sharps. So we have got F sharp, we have got G sharp and we have got C sharp. So now what we need to do is to theoretically match that to one of these down here. So let's have a look at the first example. So we have got an A, a B, ooh, we don't have a C sharp, a D, a E, we have the F sharp, which is good, we have the G sharp, which is good, and then we have this random A sharp. So I don't think it's this one. It doesn't match what I've written out. So we can definitely get rid of that one. So I'm just going to put a cross through it for the moment, although in the exam you will only be doing 1 tick, but this is just for my working. Okay, so let's have a look at the second one. So we start off here, we've got A, B, we've got C sharp, yes, they've got a D sharp, which we don't have, E, F sharp, yes, G sharp, yes, and then A. So really it is not this one either, because we had that random G sharp there. So I'm just going to put a cross in that one. Let's just check the bottom answer. Always good to check. Even if you run out of options, you know it must be this one. So A, B, C sharp, yes, D, E, F sharp, yes, G sharp, yes, A. Okay, so here's what you're going to be putting in your box. It asks you to put a tick, so you will be checking that last box there. Okay, let's go on to part B of the question. Now it's exactly the same format. You just have a different example. This time it's in the bass clef. So and often when they have an A and a B question, often the B has something a little extra that you have to think about. So let's work out what we have to do here. So we've got B flat major ascending, which means we've got 2 flats, we've got B flat and we've got E flat. Again, check your circle of fifths that you've written down if you don't have this memorized. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to be writing the same degrees: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget this is allowed. This is on your scrap piece of A4 paper that you are allowed to have the online exam. And you're going to put the letter names in. So let's do B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now I'm going to put my flats in. So that's a B flat, remembering to put it in twice. It's at the beginning and the end of the scale. And then I've got my E flat. So because it's major, I don't have to worry about a sharpened seventh or anything like that. So I'm done. Now we have to work out which one of these has the correct key signature. So I'm just looking down at the answers, and automatically this one kind of like strikes me, because this is the 7th degree and they have got an A flat, and we don't. So that's kind of like an easy one to say, well, we know it's not going to be this one. Now, interestingly, the others have the correct flats in the right place. Well, let's kind of think of that to start with. So they've both got flats on the 1st degree, on the 4th degree, and then the 8th degree. But take care here. This is where you could very easily go wrong. The starting note for this one is a B flat in the bass clef. So this is correct. This one, however, is not a B flat, it's a D flat. So it's not even a scale of B flat major at all. Now, the reason why you could easily fall for this is because this is if you were in the treble clef, then that would be a B flat. So do be careful of that. If you are doing this quickly, you could easily mistake that for being the treble clef, and then you'll think, oh, that is B flat, and therefore it's my correct answer. So we do know what the correct answer is now. So for the sake of what you need to be doing in the exam, you need to be putting a check on the correct one, which is this one. The final part of this question C is another example, F sharp harmonic minor descending. So this time you have to be aware that it's going to be descending, it's going to be going down, and you also need to think about the fact that it's harmonic. So harmonic is where you have the raised 7th on the way up and it's the same on the way down, so it has a raised 7th on the way down. Now, first of all, we're going to be putting in our numbers, but because it's going down, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the easiest way of doing this is to always start at the 1st degree and go up, and then you're always going up in the alphabet order that you recognise. So I know it's an F sharp at the beginning, so we've got F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp again. Okay, so F sharp minor has got a relative major of A major. Again, you can go up 3 semitones from F sharp. F sharp takes you to G, that's 1, to G sharp takes you to 2, and then the 3rd semitone is A. Or you could look at your perfect fifths which you've written out in the exam. Sorry, the circle of fifths which you've written out in the exam. Okay, so we know that it's relative to A major, and we also know that A major has got 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So now we're going to go ahead and make sure that we put those in the scale. The F sharp's already done for me at the beginning and the end, so I'm going to put in my C sharp and I'm going to be putting it in my G sharp. Now, because we are in a minor scale, the 7th is raised, so we're going to raise the 7th degree and make sure that that goes up. So now what we have to do is to work out which scale is the correct one. Now, probably the best thing to do is to actually start at the 1st degree. So we're going to start over here. So let's just check our starting notes first of all, because we're in the bass clef. We've got an F here, F sharp here, we've got an F sharp here, and we've got an F sharp here. So we can't exclude anything from that. So we've going up to the 2nd degree, and that should be a sharp. So we know that both of those are correct for all 3 examples. And then we're going to go up to the next one. So now we've got an A, and yes, A for all 3 examples is correct. And then we're going to go up for B and have a look at the 4th degree. So I've got B, B, and B, so that's correct. Okay, and now the next one, they've got a C sharp, and I've got C sharp, C sharp, and C sharp all the way down, so that's correct. And then I've got a D. Okay, so looking through here, I can already see that that's a D sharp, so it's not this one. This one's out of the race. We can cross this one out. Okay, now the next degree, this is the 7th degree here, and it should be an E sharp. So this one's already gone, the second one. This one at the bottom is an E sharp. This one is not Okay, so now we've got 2 out of the race, and we're just going to check the last one just for the sake of it, and it is an F sharp. So by this method, by looking down to each one, we've worked out that it can only be the last one. Now, obviously, you're only going to have your paper, you won't be able to draw on it, but you can do all the drawings at the bottom, and just like I've done on the piece of paper, and you can look up with your eyes and match. You can even hold your piece of paper up close to the screen so that you can see which degrees are sharp. It's an easier way to do when you can't mark the exam paper.